Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers and why I expect this team. I don't know. I think this team, every team you could say could go either way, obviously. So I want to hear before we start today's fantastic video, what do you guys think of the Los Angeles Clippers? Okay, will this team be bust? What do they have to do? All right, let's get right into it, and let's talk about this roster. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Eric Bledsoe, the new acquisition, Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson, the man who went wild and is fucking like this team's third star at times, Serge Ibaka, Ivica Zubac, Nico Batum, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, the most athletic man out of this year's NBA draft class, Terrence Mann, Jason Preston, the guy who led the Ohio University, not the Ohio State. The Ohio University the past 2 years as their leading scorer, averaged like 7 and 7 in rebounds and assists. Brandon Boston Jr. That was a good pick, low risk, high reward type thing. And then they have Harry Giles and George King and Moses Wright all on training camp deals with Jay Scrubb on a two-way. So let's talk about what the starting lineup is going to look like next year. I think the starting lineup is probably going to be, at this point, I think they're going to start Reggie Jackson, Paul George. Once Kawhi's back, Kawhi Leonard. Then a power forward, probably Nicholas Batum. Probably Nicholas Batum. And then they go center, Zubac or Ibaka. I'm going Zubac, and then Ibaka backing him up. I think Eric Bledsoe will be the primary backup behind Reggie Jackson. And whenever they need defense, Eric Bledsoe will go in. Jason Preston, unless he impresses, we won't see much of him, or if an injury happens. Then I think Justice Winslow will also be point guard at sometimes. We'll see that. Now you go to a shooting guard. Obviously, Paul George is a starter, and I think Reggie Jackson will get some minutes there. But I think Luke Kennard and Terrence Mann will round out the minutes there, with Terrence Mann getting the bulk of those backup minutes. And then Keon Johnson will get some minutes at times. I think more in garbage time or defense time, but not really when they need scoring because he can't score. And I think Brandon Boston will spend the year in the G League, sort of how Jay Scrubb did, to have a similar rookie year as Jay Scrubb. Then you go over to Kawhi Leonard. I think while Kawhi might not start the year healthy, so we might see some Nicholas Batum, Justice Winslow, really Paul George could be playing some small forward. And it's going to be interesting because Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris is their power forwards, and I think Justin Winslow could play some power forward. And Serge Ibaka, I don't think he's athletic enough to play power forward, but he can shoot it, and he has the skill set to play power forward. So this is an interesting roster because you look at it, I think Harry Giles and George King is what they need. They need shooting from George King. I look at this roster and I go, okay, Reggie Jackson can shoot it. Morris can shoot it. Kawhi Leonard can shoot it. That's 3 guys right there. Terrence Mann can shoot it. That's 4 guys. Luke Kennard, that's 5 guys. And then Paul George. So I think they have only 6 guys on this roster that can consistently shoot it. Zubac aren't elite rebounders. I don't think either of them are near elite rebounders. Zubac's a better rebounder than Ibaka. They're both decent rebounders. But, hey, this team on paper is not a good rebounding team. This is a good transition team. This is a team that will beat you in transition. They'll beat you. And the thing is they don't have like a perimeter, a guard star. Like Paul George isn't naturally a shooting guard. He's a small forward who can play shooting guard. Kawhi Leonard is a small forward. And really, ideally, it would be better if Paul George played small forward and Kawhi played power forward. But Kawhi, I don't think, is suited to play power forward, and he wouldn't be as good as a power forward. But I think it's definitely an interesting position that they put themselves in. And Ty Lue's a good coach, okay? He's a very good coach at adapting and being able to make the best of what he's work. He's a chef. Okay, but I do believe that this is going to be a team that's probably the 5th seed, 6th seed. It's a playoff team, but we don't know when Kawhi's going to come back. I think kind of they messed this up. I don't like this roster. It's young at points. There isn't enough guard play. There's not enough shooting, in my opinion, or rebounding. And then interior defense, Serge Ibaka is kind of old. Zubac can do it, but besides that, this team lacks a true power forward. They lack a true small forward. And they lack a true point guard. I feel like there's a lot of lacks here. I'm not going to say they're going to miss the playoffs. I'm just not confident that they're going to be a team that can make it out the first round. So I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. I'm at the Ozarks. I'm making this video at 12:12. Is there like a wish thing for 12:12, guys? I doubt there is. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. The thoughts aren't running like they usually do, but we need to pump these out. So I hope you guys have a great weekend.